What's going on, YouTube? Aero Defense here. Today we're going to be looking at, in response to Lucas Bakken from T.REX Arms, M5 Aero 308 Ar10 style rifles, 5,000 round torture test. And what his failure was a broken firing pin on his bolt carrier group. Now we're going to look at it a little more in detail because there's also 3 different kinds of bolt carrier groups that Aero Precision offers. One of those options is actually made by a different manufacturer, which has a completely different style firing pin in it. So we're going to be kind of digging into that, kind of giving a little more in-depth of what people aren't really kind of talking about. Well, we do appreciate Aero Precision's response of lack of lubrication, which is in fact true. They do ship the bolt carrier groups dry. You do need to strip it down, lubricate it, and kind of go through the maintenance procedure. You are building a rifle from scratch, of course. We're going to be diving in the difference between the small firing pin and large firing pin. So here's the bolt carrier from Ballistic Advantage, straight out of the package. This is as it comes. So it's not lubricated at all, but it's got, you know, some machine grease, some goop on it, things like that, from probably the machining process or some anti-rust, something like that. But this thing is basically bone dry. So the videos of like T.REX Arms, you know, taking a bolt carrier group, throwing it in an upper like that, it does hold true from Aero's basically saying that, yeah, our bolt carriers are dry. I'm sure they've run some outside coating on there, but the inside's definitely dry. We're going to rip this apart right now and show you. So I took the bolt apart, bone dry, as stated by Aero. I know it's a Ballistic Advantage, but again, sister company. Bone dry. Everything is just nothing anywhere. So you do have to take it apart. You do have to lubricate it, clean it off before using it. So what we have here is we got the Aero Precision Nitrate bolt, which is the exact bolt that Lucas Bakken used in the test. As you can see, a little difference is the pin's going to be a flat pin versus a cotter pin style on these two. This is made by Azimuth Technology. This is one of the vendors that Aero Precision uses. These two, one of these is actually Ballistic Advantage, which is Aero's Precision sister company. These are both made by Toolcraft. This is a nickel boron bolt from Aero Precision directly. This is bought directly from Ballistic Advantage. And you'll see later in this video that I actually bought this to replace this bolt due to the reviews. But we're going to get into that in a minute. This bolt was in fact shipped completely dry, with literally no lubricant, just maybe like a little machine oil on it. We'll get to that. So what are the main differences with these bolts? Now, Lucas Bakken's failure was a broken firing pin tip. So this one, I don't know if you can see it or not, has a small diameter firing pin. We're going to actually be taking these bolts apart, diving a little further into this. Small diameter, good for 6.5 Creedmoor and the higher pressure rounds. These have the large diameter firing pin, which is the standard 308 MP DPMS style firing pin. Let's dive in and take them apart. Alright, so the Aero is going to pop out like this. It's got the flat end on it. So we're going to push this right in there. Pop that pin right out. Trusty tool here. Firing pin will drop. So we're good to mark this how you took it out, put it back in the way it is. You see this is the Aero Precision Nitrate bolt, again made by Azimuth Technology. It's not a bad bolt. It's just the small diameter firing tip, again, has its issues. So we're measuring out at a diameter of 0.68. So, smaller diameter, more likelihood of the tip breaking off. Maybe it wasn't heat treated right. Lubrication problems not probably going to lend itself to what had a failure. You should always lubricate your bolts. So Aero's not wrong, but smaller diameter, more likely to break. Here we have the Ballistic Advantage. Again, it's both made by Toolcraft. This one has got the cotter pin, standard AR style. Pop that right out like this. pull it. A lot easier disassembly, I believe. Firing pin will come right out. Diameter for this firing pin. .76, 0.75. So that's the standard DPS spec, 76, 75. It's about 10 thousandths larger. This just comes out. This bolt I did lubricate, I did shoot. This bolt did come dry. I got this to replace the azimuth one because after the video of the T.REX arms, I kind of didn't trust it after. Here we got the nickel boron from Aero Precision, which again is also Toolcraft bolt. It's literally the same as a nickel phosphate bolt I just took apart. Again, pop the cotter pin, pull the firing pin. Now one thing I did do to this bolt, and I do recommend doing this, is after watching the T.REX arms video, I put a Wilson Combat virtually break-proof, as they call it, S7 tool steel firing pin. Now this firing pin is the large diameter and will not go in the azimuth bolt. The diameter of this one is 0.76. So same diameter basically of the other one. There's a couple bad reviews on this saying, oh, I put this firing pin in my bolt and it wouldn't work. Well, yeah, because you probably tried to put it in the small diameter firing pin. Extra insurance, especially given what kind of happened in the video, kind of freaked out. Is it necessary? Probably not. Let's just be honest. The tip size probably was a heat treat issue and it probably broke. This bolt, nickel boron, very amazing. Very easy to clean, wipes right off. I do recommend this bolt. If you're building an Aero rifle and you're buying the parts from Aero, absolutely buy the nickel boron bolt. It's slick as hell. And Toolcraft just makes awesome stuff. So, on a reliability standpoint, I think you're just golden on that one. Look a little closer at the firing pins. Wilson Combat S7, standard Toolcraft, as well as the azimuth. So again, smaller diameter tip, same size tip, S7. So the machining on the Wilson's going to be better. I mean, this thing is actually like a work of art, this firing pin. Well worth the money. I think I paid $18 for it from Brownells. Out of stock everywhere, probably because of the video. I mean, if you want extra insurance, definitely buy the Wilson Combat S7 one. Do I believe we're going to have an issue with this one? Not at all. I don't believe so. I think it was a firing pin diameter size issue. And this is the azimuth. Alright, so one of the things that I don't like is that the azimuth or nitrate Aero Precision uses this style firing pin retention pin. I don't know if you can see it here or not, but the cotter pin works, I think, in my opinion, a lot better. You could take apart the bolt better, maintain it. You're supposed to keep your bolt lubricated. It's got a set of rings. It's like piston rings in a car. It's supposed to maintain a seal, everything. It's not supposed to be ran dry. So as I said before in this video, yes, Aero Precision's right. You have to lubricate your bolt. So this kind of prevents it a little bit. Let me show you why. It's a pain in the ass to get this pin in. The cotter pin's easy if you know what you're doing. This just takes a lot of force. You have to go straight with it. So this, kind of line it up in the hole here. You gotta use force with this. Like, yes, it's doable, but the cotter pin's just so much easier for takedown and disassembly. In maintaining your bolt, you're maintaining the heart of your rifle. One of the secrets is I put the firing pin back in the nickel one. How do you get this cotter pin to go in? A lot of people have trouble with this. I'm going to show you as a tip. Push it in. A lot of people are like, oh, it won't go in. The key is you take your thumb, push down a little bit, just a little bit, and it will go right in. That's also the key. This also works on AR-15 bolts. Just saved you guys a little tip. If you like this video, subscribe for more. We're going to be doing a lot of these videos, a lot of informational things. Definitely worth hitting that subscribe button. Alright guys, till later.